So it says Wendy Williams is permanently incapacitated because of dementia. And most of us already knew about the dementia diagnosis a couple years back. Um, and it doesn't even help the fact that she also has Graves' disease as well. If y'all realize, her eyes look like it's popping out, that's the Graves' disease. I know several people with that same disease. It does change your face, specifically your eyes. But anyways, uh, this is brought on by alcoholism. Also, let's not forget that she did decades upon decades of cocaine. So she has damage to her body, more specifically her brain. In fact, it was Kelvin, who did an interview with Tasha K back in 2019, stating that Wendy has holes in her brain. And I remember that specifically. I'll never forget it because it sounded scary as hell. But unfortunately, because of all the drug use and alcohol use, it basically started to destroy her body from the inside out. And here we are today. This woman is legendary, and I hate that it ended this way. And for those of y'all who say this is karma, listen, this ain't no damn karma. This is horrible. This is horrible for it to happen to her because she's doing what we all do. She's gossiping, we gossip. The difference is she doing it in front of the TV. She was doing it on the radio. When we have our conversations and we talk amongst our friends and family members, we're at the dinner table, we at the breakfast table, we're gathering on the couch, we in the car having conversations. She's doing what we all do, especially us women. This is a beautiful, beautiful woman. So you see the pictures right here? Listen, the face card was never the problem. She's been a baddie. Been. Face card never declined. So you know what I'm saying? This whole put together, she was perfect for her role for what she did. Once they got her off of the radio, because here's the thing, she started doing radio in like 2000, and then she ended it in like 2008. Started the Wendy Williams show in 2009. So look at this. Y'all see how pretty she is? Do y'all see the dimples? Let's get into that. She she's always been like face always been there. Like and so to see how beautiful she was back in the day, also when she was on TV, to her looking like a corpse is so disheartening to see. We watched all this happen in a short amount of time. And so people are saying, conspiracy theorists are saying, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a conspiracy theorist myself, but some of these theories I'm not finna run with. Like, basically, people are saying, oh, they done got to her. Who are they? Who are you talking about? They done got to her. They done shut her up. No, Bookie. No one shut Wendy Williams up. The problem is, it was years of abuse, years of coke use, years of alcoholic use. And I'm going to tell you the truth. The reason why she was probably doing a bunch of coke, because you need to do coke to do a damn job like that. I'm not going to hold you. I've never done coke before, but to do the kind of job that she was doing on radio, off radio, on TV, you need a booster. You need something to push you along the way. Okay? So, and not for nothing, coke is a Hollywood drug. Everybody do it. All right? So, we're not even going to talk about the coke. Now, her being an alcoholic, as you can see, the beer bottle is in her damn hand. This ain't start overnight, y'all. This was years and years of her drinking. Um, oh man. Basically, I feel like her drinking and her coke use got worse once she found out that Kelvin was having an affair. And Wendy is one of those women who, she was college educated. She's black, but she talk white, or there ain't no such thing as talk white. She spoke very well. She was educated. She was from Jersey, and she seen Kevin, whatever the hell his name is, and he was a bad boy from New York. And basically he was the bad boy from the other side of the fence, is other side of the tracks is what we're gonna say, right? And she was in love. She was more in love with him than he was with her. And she was still going to accept the fact that he going to cheat, because men cheat. She was okay with that. She would rather share him than lose him. Once everything happened in 2019 and the whole thing blew up in her face about Sharina and the baby. See, Sharina wasn't a new girl. Sharina been the side chick since she was like, I don't know, 19, 20 years old. She was the side chick for like the last 12 years. But and Wendy knew and didn't care. She still loved her husband. A lot of women will do that. And so here she is continuing to do the drugs, continuing to drink, because if she's not in present mindset, if she's not sober, she doesn't have to face the reality. Once Sharina had that baby and it was confirmed, and then she found out about the baby like the rest of us, and then she addressed it on her show on Hot Topics, I think that's what sealed the deal. That's what did it for her. And so you could say she drank herself to death, literally to death, because I just think she was so heartbroken about what was going on with her husband. And it wasn't even, listen, it wasn't even like he was with Sharina and still had Wendy. No, he left Wendy, not financially. She didn't divorce him. Well, no, not she, him. He didn't divorce her. Of course, he didn't want to divorce her because he wants her money. But he left Wendy, went to Sharina, had the baby, and basically started a second family. Wendy could not fathom that whole concept had happened. Like, wow, this is really happening. He started a family, there's a baby, so on and so forth. And it didn't help that Sharina had a girl because Wendy has his son. So, you know what I mean? So I think she's dying of a broken heart. Now here's the thing. She was a functioning drug addict. She was a functioning alcoholic. People can function and continue to, go through life during turmoil, during obstacles, during rough patches in their life. And I think her whole entire career since radio days, because again, he's been known to be a cheater. I think she was coping with it and she knew how to deal with it, but she could not deal with this last one. I think that was the one that made the tower of cards fall down. Like this, that was it. And so people have the mindset, she might have had this mindset of, let me just keep drinking. If I drink, I don't have to deal with never having my husband again. And like I said a moment ago, she loved him more than he loved her. And he knows it. He knows it. She even tried dating. That didn't work out for her. That's what I'm saying. She's not an ugly woman. She's very beautiful. I mean, she's top heavy because she bought her boobs. But besides that, like, look at her smile. Like, look how she is when she's with him. Like, just when she's with him. And ever since he left out of her life, that smile has never come back for the last mm, for the last 4 years. Yeah. I say for the last 3, 4 years, the smile has never come back. And now we see her and she's looking like this. And she's out of her mind and she can't walk. And I want to say something about the not being able to walk thing. Because I was going to the Wendy Williams show. Living in New York, that's what I did for my birthday. Everybody know about it. My mom, my best friend, baby father. Oh, she going to the Wendy Williams show for her birthday. You're damn right. And that's what I did. And I really paid attention to what was on her feet. She went from wearing these big pumps, these big old pump stiletto shoes, to wearing flats, and then flats turned into sneakers, and then sneakers turned into her constantly sitting in that chair. And that was, again, that was a slow progress, but it was a progress nonetheless. Now here's the thing, here's the real tea. Everybody in the Wendy Williams studio production knew how bad it was. The problem is we just didn't know how bad it was. Susie and them, all the white girls in the back, and all of the people in production, they knew how bad things were with Wendy, and yet as like a family, they covered her. They covered her. Understand that this show has been on air on daytime TV because she is the queen of daytime television. It's been on air since 2008 and officially ended in 2022. That is a long time. I don't even think I know anyone. Maybe Oprah. I think Oprah. Was it Oprah? Besides Oprah, I don't even. Maybe Arsenio Hall. But I don't even think a lot of daytime television or just TV in general, whether it's late night television, daytime television, I don't know any host that has lasted that long. Then again, I could be too young. I don't know. Um, and so that to me is history. Not only that, but she was a black woman. She was a black woman that had a TV show, daytime television. Do you understand how hard it is to get those slots? The slots. Remember, she was already on radio for like 10 years. She was already on radio for like 10 years. And then she made a nice transition into daytime television. She is iconic and legendary in her own sense. The problem is, look how it's ending. Like, look how it's ending. I feel like every single time you mention her name, please put some respect on her name. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of evil spirited people that are actually happy about this. And that's actually real sick and sad. Because this could be your mother. She's only 60 years old. This could be your mother. This could be your auntie. This could be someone close to you. Why would you be okay? And here's the crazy part. The way she declined so fast is like crazy. Like, I'm talking about the decline was fast. And like I said, it was fast because the whole thing with her ex-husband did not help. It made it worse. I think, when people have a reason to fight, her reason to fight was her son and her husband. It didn't matter how bad things got. She never was going to ever leave him. Now look at this man, Kelvin. What the hell? Where is he? This milk dud head ass nigga, right? This the one she loved. This the one she done put it all on the table for. As soon as she got sick, matter of fact, she's been sick. But as soon as it got worse, when she couldn't walk straight, and then she had to start wearing flats, that's when he started putting babies in these holes and starting families with these other women. And that's what really drove Wendy off the bridge. Because it's like, how dare you? When you get married, it's through sickness, through health. And let me tell you about a man. A man who's God is not the head of their life. A man who is not honoring God in his marriage, they will definitely leave you. They'll leave you when you're sick. They leave you when you're not sick. Men are selfish and they're really, really self-centered. Kelvin has always had that attitude, like it was all about him. And the sad part is, like I said, you can see it from the outside looking in that Wendy has always been the one more in love with him than he was her. But you can tell that he was the battery in her back. He is what kept her going all those years. And once he made a family with Sharina, she just didn't care anymore. There was no reason for her to go on. And people say, well, what about your kids? What about your kids? You do understand that when you're married to someone, you have to pick your spouse over the child. You can always make another child. You can never replace that spouse. So yes, she was more into her husband than her kid. She didn't give a damn about her son. Matter of fact, I think he might have been 18, 19 at the time. She wanted her husband because that was it. She made the show, but Kelvin was the one pulling the strings. He was the one that kept her energy going on the radio, off the radio, on the screen, off the screen. He was the battery in her back. And now she felt as if there was no need for any of it anymore because he wasn't coming back. And the only time he came back was to take her to court for money. If you didn't already put the dagger in her back, you turned it, nigga. He already stabbed her, then take her to court and make it worse, asking for money. Like, you broke her heart and now you want money. So understand, the story ends in a very sad way. Like I said, if she is that bad, where this is permanent, there's no getting better. This is where the story ends, guys. This is where it ends. She's on hospice. This is hospice right now. All they're doing is playing the waiting game, unfortunately. And this really truly broke my heart because, like I said in the beginning of the video, a lot of people was thinking that she was going to come back and do the radio thing, or maybe even go into the social media space. Um, and I'm going to be fair too. I don't think she would have won that audience because TikTok and them, that's a whole different breed. I think she was more with the older middle-aged white women and some black people, but leave TikTok to the young folks. I think she would have bowed out gracefully anyway, and this would have been around her retirement time anyway. So, uh, it's just ending in a very nasty way. Also, the guardianship, that whole thing is funny. Niggas is taking her money. She have no claim over her own bread. It's, I don't know, it's crazy. And the crazy part is, the whoever the guardian is not even akin to her. So I could see if it was her son, maybe her brother, maybe one of her parents, because I think one of them passed away. But you got random people that's assigned by a judge to take care of you. She can't get into her bank in Wells Fargo. That's been the case for years. She don't have no money. She's sick. She's dying. Like, seriously, I wouldn't wish this on anybody, not even my worst enemy. So this is really sad. And so all I can say right now is prayers to Wendy. Um, I really hope there's a smooth transition. I hope the closure that needs to be done happens between her and her son, her and her family. But we have to always keep Wendy Williams' name in the most positive light ever because she made history on TV and on the radio. So that's it. That's all I have to say. Bye, YouTube.